Hey everyone, it's your friend Think Noodles, and welcome to Ask Think, episode number 68 for Monday, September 23rd, 2013. Now, you're probably wondering how many comments were on last week's video, and it was 3,279, and Jay and Ben852 got it pretty close with 3,276. Now, before we get to the questions, I want to remind you to leave your question in the comments below so I have something to answer next week. Remember, only one question per comment, but you can leave as many comments as you like. Also, if the comments are closed on this week's video, make sure to go to the most recent Ask Think and ask your question there. All right, now on to the questions, and the first one is from Morgan Bittner, and it asks, are you still doing a contest for the ticket to Minecon? Yes, I am. Probably I'll make a little video announcement about it in the next week or so, because I want to give whoever wins time to make plans to go to Minecon, or we can figure something out, so at least I'll get your IGN so I can get you a cape, something like that. I'd really hope that the person that I give the ticket to can go to Minecon and I can meet them and congratulate them and all that stuff, but I know it's not possible for all of you. So yes, I will soon. American Girl Doll Crisis Think, I can't believe what YouTube did. They unsubscribed me from you. How could they do that? You know what? YouTube has had a ton of problems in the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's been really bad, both from the uploading side and from the viewing side. And those kinds of things kind of happen. Not only do they unsubscribe you, sometimes just the videos don't go to sub boxes. So make sure that if you go onto YouTube and you say, God, Think didn't upload a video yesterday, or Think didn't upload a video today, go check my channel. And you may be surprised there may be 2 or 3 videos, because you guys know I upload at least 1 video a day, usually 2, sometimes 3, even 4 sometimes, but usually 2 videos a day while you guys are in school. So go check my channel if YouTube's not telling you I uploaded any. Super Mario 5848 says, Think you live in USA, but I live in Australia. Most of the times, like Think Thursday, I can't go on because it's usually very late. Can you do one that matches Australian Eastern Standard Time? Well, I don't know exactly if I can do that. Maybe this will help. This Thursday, for Think Thursday, I'm going to be doing it in the evening in the US. Probably started around 6 p.m. 3 p.m. Penguin time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I think that's like 10 or 11 o'clock GMT. I'm not really sure, but anyway, 3 p.m. Penguin time. So people, when they get home from school, they can hang out on Think Thursday. So this week it's going to be in the afternoon, and that might help you in Australia. The next 2 people sort of asked the same question about how long it takes me to read the comments on Ask Think and what takes the longest to record, edit, and post. Reading through the questions takes me about 2 to 2.5 hours to go through them all and read them all and select the ones that I think are going to be best for the episode. As far as the longest to record, edit, and post, it's a kind of a toss-up between Ask Think and my survival videos. MCW says, Hey, Think! I was looking at your channel and I was looking at the stuff you liked, which I never do, and I came across, what the heck, something called Sesame Street, Dave Matthews and Grover sing about feelings. What's going on? Well, maybe you guys don't know because I haven't said it in a while, but my favorite musician is Dave Matthews Band. And Dave Matthews is a lead singer, and he was on Sesame Street, and I thought he sang a sweet song, and it was on YouTube, and I really liked it, so I clicked the like button so you guys could see it and enjoy some music from my favorite musician. Zachary Savage says, Think school is starting, and the worst part is homework. Any tips for school? Yes. Do your homework as soon as you get home. What I used to do sometimes is put it off, go play with my friends and things like that, and then it would get late and I wouldn't get my homework done and I'd get in trouble at school, and you don't want that. It's better just to get home, do your homework right away, then you can hang out with your friends, then you can watch my videos. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah, do your homework first. Get it out of the way so you don't have to worry about it, and then you can spend the rest of the day doing what you want. Jay and Ben 852 asks, have you gotten a gift for 100,000 subscribers? And if you have, what was it? Yes, YouTube gave me a gift card to B&H Photo for $500, which I was not expecting at all. And they give that to everyone who gets 100,000 subscribers. They also give you a choice between it's like a bag, and I don't remember what the other thing is, like a mug or something. And I think they send you a silver plaque. I chose the bag. It's like a exclusive YouTube bag that only people with 100,000 subscribers or higher gets, but whatever. And then I haven't gotten the plaque either, but I did get the gift card, and I did use it to get a new shock mount. So well, some of it, not all of it, obviously, but yeah, really cool. And I gotta thank YouTube for that. I didn't expect it. The next two people ask about the Raw video, and there was one last week, and there is one this week. It's linked in the description. The reason that they aren't in my uploaded feed, I upload them unlisted because, you know, it's kind of the same video as Ask Think. It's just less produced. So I just figure it's not one that I want to put out on my feed that I want to, everyone to watch. I want everyone to watch Ask Think, and then the diehard fans watch the raw recording, which you can always find in the link, or always find a link in the description. Well, not always, but 90% of the time. So go check it out. It's there right now. Charlotte Anselmo asks, don't you hate it when the sun reflects off the screen into your eyes? That really doesn't happen. The way I have my computer set up, the sun is either in front of me or beside me. It's never really behind me. Yeah, actually never is behind me. But what I do hate is seeing my own face when the screen is dark. I just stare at myself because the screen is so glossy. That's pretty much the only drawback to this computer. Mackenzie Bynum asks, what was it like when you first started posting videos? Were you shocked at how many likes you got? Nope, because I didn't get a lot. When I started my channel, didn't get a lot of attention. I didn't really start getting attention on my channel until I started adding my voice, and even then, it wasn't huge. I'm not really sure what really launched it and shot it up. Minecraft, of course, is part of it, but prior to that, I was getting a lot of subscribers. I guess it was Pop Tropica and my walkthroughs and adding my voice to them and making them a little bit more interesting. Maybe, I don't know, trying to make them funny. I have a terrible sense of humor. No, I think you guys like me. So, it didn't start out getting a lot of attention or likes or anything, but I kept working hard and trying to make my videos the best, at least in my opinion, and it seemed to have worked. DomDonkey03 asks, how come you never record a Minecraft video with your wife? She was talking about it yesterday. She was like, I might have some free time in a couple of months, and I could maybe record some videos and stuff. I was like, okay, we can do a series together, because, and she's like, I could get my own channel. I was like, well, you could, but, unless you keep it up, your subscribers aren't going to be so happy. So I'm trying to convince her to do a series with me on my channel, and that way she can be a special guest from time to time when she has free time, rather than having her own channel where maybe she'll upload 2 videos 1 week and then no videos for 4 months, and that would be silly. But I'm trying to convince her to do it. Who knows? But we'll see. Moni RB asks, why do you have another channel called Insiders Network? I don't. That's actually the name of this channel. It's the original name that I started the channel with, and it is actually my username on YouTube. I did use Google Plus to change it to Think Noodles because obviously you guys know why. But yeah, no, it is called Insiders Network. So if you ever see that, that's actually me. But most of the references to it on YouTube are changed to Think Noodles, other than the intros on the previous videos. TNT Exploding MC says, you got a phone when you were 19. I got my phone when I was 8. So when did you get a smartphone? I got my first smartphone the day the first iPhone came out. I went and got it on launch day, and I've had an iPhone ever since. Cat Cuddler says, on Hunger Games Broken Robot, you spoiled the ending of UHC and said Grazer won. Why you do this? Gee, I'm sorry you didn't know the outcome of Season 1. I was talking about Season 1. Season 2, if you haven't watched it, is in teams. So even if Grazer's team won, Grazer didn't win. His team would win, right? But I'm not giving you guys any spoilers. I'm not saying what team won, but I was talking about the previous UHC in which Grazer did actually win, and I came... Wait, did I come fourth? Yeah, I came fourth. Fruit Rolls Games asks, why don't you make videos in the morning? I do sometimes. I try not to because it takes a while for my voice to warm up. In the mornings, it's a little bit scratchy, and I'd rather just wait until later in the day so that I don't get a bunch of comments saying, "What's wrong with your voice?" Because I guarantee you I'll get those. I do record in the mornings for, I think, Thursday, and you guys can kind of tell that my voice is scratchy. Kavitha Sabapati asks, "Think, has Kobe ever disobeyed you?" Yes, Kobe has disobeyed me a few times today, in fact. No, she's a good dog, but she has her own little personality, and she likes to test my limits from time to time, but she's a really good dog. The Gamer Boy X3 says, "Think, just yesterday I watched 3 videos of Kobe doing crazy things such as mopping the floor of your lobby, eating noodles, and bowing. How come you don't let your new subscribers know there were videos of Kobe up? I sure as heck wouldn't have found them if I hadn't been curious about your first video." I have a playlist with Kobe videos in it on my channel, although it's not sitting on the front of my channel with the other playlists. But yes, I do have a few Kobe videos, and if you guys want to check them out, go to my channel or search Kobe on YouTube or something like that. But if you go on my channel and check my playlist, there is a Kobe playlist with 3 videos in it. Dragon Luffer Alert says, "Think, how come it seems like whenever you are far away from the mic, you sound different?" That's a property of my microphone. It does a very good job at rejecting any noise that isn't directly in front of it. So when I move away to the side, I might sound a little different than when I was in front of it because it is rejecting the noise coming from the sides and behind and only accepting the noise from the front. 1999 Blue asks, "Do you smoke?" No. And neither does my wife, and yeah, never, never, never. No. Young Flame Dear Thinky of Noodles asks, "Do you think Minecraft is worth it?" Yes, 1,000 times yes. The reason for that is, where else or how else do you get a game for $26.95 or whatever your currency is, but let's just say $27 US, that opens you up to an infinite amount of games and maps and puzzles and different game modes and game types, and it's buying. I have a hard time explaining this to other people, and that's why I'm stuttering. When people ask me, "What is Minecraft?" and I say, it's really hard to explain because it's a game that opens you up to other games, and they don't quite get it. But that's really what it is. You're paying for a basic game that is so extensible that you can play 1,000 different games for one price. And I think that's amazing. LPS Kawaii Crafter asks, "Has Kobe ever farted?" Oh yeah. In fact, when she was a puppy, she farted one time in the car so bad that we had to roll down the windows because it made our eyes water. I know that's gross, but it did. Sadia Ansari says, "Think, we know how you sound like. We know how Kobe sounds like. So the only one missing is your wife. Can you ask her to say hi to us so we know how she sounds like?" Well, I think in previous Ask Thinks, I can't remember what videos, but there are a couple of videos that she has spoken into my microphone before. She has been on a few of them. I don't remember which ones they are, but they are on my channel somewhere. Ola Cherry says, "Think, did you know when you're gone for a week on YouTube, it feels like a month?" Well, I am going away soon, guys, in about a month before Minecon and stuff. But I will be uploading videos and having 2 videos or 3 videos a day as usual. When I'm gone, I'll just pre-record all the content so it doesn't feel so long for you guys. Eileen Sayson says, "My dad recently went to NYC. Did you see a guy that has fat, short hair, looks Chinese, and was carrying Forever 21 bags or Toys R Us bags?" Well, I hope that stuff was for you. But there's so many people in New York. Whenever I take Kobe for a walk, not exaggerating, I see at least 1,000 different people. No exaggeration. So for me to remember a single person wearing those, looking like that and having those bags, oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember. Fire Warrior 504 asks, "Has Kobe ever bitten you or your wife before?" No, not really. I mean, when she was a puppy and she was teething, she used to chew on my fingers, but I would let her because I kind of liked it. And when I do play with her, sometimes I put my hand in her mouth and pull on her teeth, like her fang teeth, and kind of, I don't know. I just, for some reason, I I kind of like that. But if she starts to bite down, as soon as she feels my finger, she'll open her mouth. So she's a really good dog, and she knows not to hurt humans. Epic Do Games asks, did the outro maker ever scam you? No, I think you're referring to Inkbite. And no, he is an awesome artist, and no, he didn't scam me or anything like that. He made me the outro, and he made my thumbnail for Survival, and he is a great guy, very trustworthy. Damien Mossbrucker asked, think you mentioned you went to grad school. What was your major? My major in graduate school was business, so I have a master's in business administration. Dill89CB asks, do you know any programming languages? I do. I know Java, C, C++. I never learned C#, PHP, XML, if you can call it a programming language. Not really. It's kind of a scripting language. A little bit of ActionScript, JavaScript, of course. I'm trying to think of any other. Oh, well, MySQL, I guess. Yeah, that's a programming language, database programming language. It's about all I can think of. Cool. Dark Ride Dude asks, how much FPS do you get when not recording? The same, actually. I run my Minecraft on VSync mode, which syncs to the refresh rate on my monitor, which is 60 frames per second. So whether I'm recording or not, it always stays at 60 frames per second. And if I were to take it off, I'd probably get around 140 frames per second while recording and about 180 when I'm not. But there are little lag spikes that drop down to like 80, and it gets annoying when you're playing. So if I stick it at 60, it's smooth the whole way, and I really like it that way. Emma M asks, what size bed do you have in your apartment? We have a king size bed to fit me, my wife, and Kopi. Eruptor Clone MC asks, can you believe that Minecraft got into the New York Times? I'm astonished. I'm not that surprised. Minecraft is such a successful game and an interesting story, so I'm not surprised at all it got into the New York Times. Shino1234ization says, think I live in the UK, and in your videos I see people say Subway. Is that the fast food restaurant or something like the London Underground? I think they're referring to our subway system here in New York, and it is always labeled Subway, but people who live in New York call it the train. Rubber Duck Matt asked, did anyone get cut off UHC like Strawberry Jam last season? No. People did have to disconnect and reconnect because of internet connection issues, and there were a few problems with it, especially with Pat Clone, as you guys saw in my episode 2, where it was pretty much just me. But the developers were able to solve the issues, and no one got locked out. Raul Victor asks, are you somehow scared of the future of Pop Tropica and Club Penguin like me? Well, yes and no. I am a little bit worried about Pop Tropica. And the reason for that is they took over 5 months between islands. And it got to the point where people really started to forget about Pop Tropica. And they need to pick it up and make more islands more often. They don't have to be every 6 weeks like they were doing, but I would say the limit, 3 months. You gotta have a new one at least every 3 months. 2.5 months would be better if they can swing it. But I'm a little worried that if they're gonna go 5 to 6 months between each island, they're gonna have some problems. Club Penguin, I'm not worried about it all. Disney's putting a ton of money into it, a ton of resources, making new parties all the time, and I don't see really a problem with Club Penguin's future. Noodle Sparkles asks, have you ever met Grazer in real life? No, I haven't. I have no idea how he looks or even how old he is. CB Fans Network says, do you eat your noodles with fork or chopsticks? Please try with chopsticks. Well, that's the only way to eat noodles. I find, for some reason, and I know it's a weird thing to say, but they taste better when you use chopsticks. I don't know why. BKNCB asks, did your wife have that long a hair or did you just exaggerate it? No, it was really, really long. In fact, when she took it out of a braid, she always wore it in a braid, but when she took the braid out to like take a shower or something, it touched the floor. Braided, it went probably to the bottom of her calves. And I used to, I mean, sometimes I still miss it. I think she looks better with shorter hair because she can actually do stuff with it. With long hair like that, and it's really long, you can't do much with it other than braid it, because as soon as the wind catches it, it tangles like crazy. And I used to take the end of it and just twirl it in my fingers whenever I was next to her. It was kind of like holding her hand, but I would just hold her hair. It's weird, and she probably, most of the time, she didn't even know because her hair was so long. But yeah, I would just twist it in my fingers. Fruit Rolls Games asks, think I'm trying to convince my mom and dad to get a golden retriever, and I checked the internet. Here's the question: do golden retrievers shed a lot? Oh yes, they shed a ton, and Kopi is no exception. Rainbow Dash asks, are you going to quit Pop Tropica? And Oxley says, I don't think he is. Remember, he beat the island after he said that, so let's hope he doesn't. No, I'm not going to quit Pop Tropica, but I was super frustrated, and that's actually another reason I'm a bit worried about Pop Tropica, because their quality control is usually very high. I've never really had a problem with the islands. Slight bugs here and there, but nothing like this last time. And they took 5 months to bring it out, and then the quality control was subpar, and that's why I'm really worried about them. They really need to step it up. Carly Summer asks, can you do a cartwheel? Yes, but not a very good one. Mr. Zips asks, do you work for the FBI? Because if you get the first letter of everywhere you lived, it spells NYICT. Which means nothing. However, that means that the government agency is trying to take away all of the world's toothbrushes. This is led by Grazer and Chewbacca the Wookiee. Can you save us? Of course I can. I'm the Noodle Master. Marley53113 on CP asks, did you ever trade with a villager? Yes, and as you can see, I should have probably talked about this before, what I'm doing. I'm trading with villagers and getting as much wheat as I can out of my auto farm. I actually used up all of my bone meal all the bones that I had in those chests with the hoppers and the other chests behind it. And so I've got the XP farm on here, and it's not working that well. I don't know what's happened here, but it seems to be only spawning one skeleton per cycle, I guess. Instead of, sometimes it would spawn 2 or 3 at a time. And I didn't figure this out until I actually threw the potion, and I was like, what, that's it? I was expecting to get a ton of XP. I'd done it before and I got a lot. I don't really know what the deal was there. But I wanted to get more bones, and I barely even got a stack. But I'd already done it once, as you guys can probably see. I don't know what point this is in the video, but I have a ton of hay, which is wheat, and I'm gonna go back to the village and trade it and get a ton of emeralds, and then I'll pretty much have unlimited armor and swords and stuff, because one of the guys will trade me 12 emerald, or trade me diamond pants and a diamond sword for 12 emeralds, and that's cheap as far as wheat goes. But I got a lot of work to do, and I got to figure out this XP spawner, and I've been enchanting books. That's why my XP is like at 3 or whatever it is. So I didn't die, guys. I just did some enchanting on some books. Gwen Currid says, I went to find a horse in Minecraft and I can't find my way back. Does this ever happen to you, and how do I get back? Make a compass. If you have a bed there and you've slept in it, or it was the last place you slept, that's your spawn. And all you have to do is make a compass, which is 4 pieces of iron with redstone in the middle, and it'll direct you back home. Just follow the arrow. Real Gaming Axe asks, what's Minecraft Forge? It's sort of an API for Minecraft and allows all kinds of mods. Jade is Minecraft asks, what's your favorite map on hide and seek? I have to say Animal Village. I've had the most fun on that because I've done a bunch of different things on there, like Grazer's Donkey or hiding in the spawner box, or just Grazer's Windmill and us being on the wrong map. I just feel like I've had the most fun on that map. What's yours? Carmen Hendricks asks, when are you going to get a texture pack? Because default looks ugly. I don't think I will. The great thing about vanilla is everyone can see what I'm doing and understand what blocks I'm using because they recognize them. If I was using a texture pack, most people wouldn't recognize those items. And I think default vanilla can be beautiful. Joseph asks, will it show your Minecon cape since you have an Optifine cape? Yeah, I think that it will override my Optifine cape. Emily Prince asks, are there any other uses for emeralds in your survival world? Well, there's really only two uses for emeralds as it is. One is decorative, and the other one is for trading with villagers. Otherwise, there's really no use for them unless you use mods. Eileen Hernandez asks, why do people eat cake, candy, and ice cream when they're stressed? Because stressed spelled backwards is desserts. Know it. Yes, it is. Wow. That is something I totally didn't realize, and you're right. Ed Russell 1203 says, hey, Think, not trying to be rude, but how old are you? And Ultrabofus says, he's over 9,001 years old. Well, I may seem older than you guys. Well, I am a lot older than you guys, but I'm not 9,000 years old, but I am 36. The Gamer Boy X3 asks, how do you always time the noodle on at the right time? I notice how you always do it at the same time in your little outro music. That's editing. I say the noodle on and then I edit the outro music into it at that point. Mariah Ashley says, did you know that when your outro music plays, I get up and dance fairly badly? Really? Let's do it now. Everybody get up and dance. Here's the outro music. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and of course, noodle on!